Okay, I want to quickly run through the notebook that we're going to use for our personal projects. So let's start. Let's verify the runtime. It was not authored by Google, doesn't matter. We're connecting to the runtime right now. Okay, so we've connected and we have a GPU. Mount our Google Drive. Click the link. Allow. Copy and paste. Okay, our Google Drive is loaded here. Let's install all of the prerequisites. It says we have one GPU, which is good. Okay, let's install ImageMagick. We're going to use that to crop our images. Okay, let's get StyleGAN code. Okay, so the first time I run this, I only want to run it once. I want to create these folders in our Google Drive. We'll store everything under Machine Learning for Artists, My Project. So let's do that. I've already created these directories, so I get a small error. That's okay. I already have these directories here under My Project. Now we're going to prepare our image dataset for StyleGAN. If you have all of your images in a zip folder, you're going to enter the path here. So for instance, if I had images, just say here, I would copy the path and then paste it here, and then run this cell, and then run the unzip cell here. But I'm going to use a folder that already contains images and is not zipped, and it's in this folder here. It has a lot of images in it. So I'll click the three dots and then copy path, and then put it here under dataset path and run it. Okay. I'm going to now copy these files over to my current runtime. This might take a while, but remember, we only have to do this one time. So I might fast forward the video here. Okay, I've finally copied over all the files. That took about 4 minutes. Let's keep going. Here I'm going to resize all of the images and make sure they're all RGB color space. Okay. Now I'm going to actually prepare the images for use by StyleGAN. And you should see it incrementing here. Ideally, we want to get to 100%. Okay, that worked. Now I'm going to copy this data set over to our Google Drive, just so we can use it later if we resume training. Now we're going to train. Everything should be set up here with our new data set and all the configuration we need. The first time we run this, it's going to have to set up some plugins. It's going to take a little while. All right, it's exporting the sample images. So it's going to be under My Project, and then your latest run, which is 00003. And now it's training. So now we can just let this run all night long for as long as possible or until it stops. So let's just look at the reels, which is images from the original dataset. It's going to take a long time to load. Okay, so these are samples from our original dataset. Looks pretty good. That's the reels. We can also look at fakes. This is the first set of generated images generated by StyleGAN. So we're not expecting much from these. They'll probably just be random fields of color. All right, as we expected, these are just random fields of color. But as training progresses, the fakes will look more and more like architecture. And then this is the first network snapshot.pkl that this training has generated. Now let's just assume that we've already trained for overnight for 12 hours or 24 hours and it stopped. So let's stop here. We're just going to pretend that we already generated a lot of network snapshots. So now I'm going to go to resume training. All right, before we resume training, we want to make sure that we've done the setup, especially if we've reopened this notebook. So if I go to the table of contents and go to setup, I'm going to have to do all these steps again up until first run. I don't have to do that anymore. Okay, so once I've done the setup steps, I can go down to resume training. I've done all that, so let's do this. Copy the previous saved data set. All right. And now I need the pickle file path. So I'll go to my folder and I want the latest PKL file. So here I only have 000, but if I train for hours, I should have like 000640 or 001024. So let me copy the path and put it here and then run this cell. And then I will change directory and then run the training again using this resumed pickle file. And you can see here the resume PKL is that file I just chose, this network snapshot PKL. So let's just make sure we're running again. You see a new directory has been created for this new run. And we are training again based on the resume PKL file. So in this way, we can open this notebook multiple times and still resume from the last PKL file that we created. All right, that's it. If you have any questions, let me know in the Slack. Thanks.